Good morning and a warm welcome. Holly Shields here, live from Kalkine Studios in Sydney, and you're watching the early trades. The S&P ASX 200 has climbed 0.3% in the opening minutes of the trade, led by a 1% jump in real estate stocks. Company Charter Hall advanced 2.7% to $20.28 after upgrading its financial 2022 earnings guidance. Meanwhile, Australasia Property Group added 2.3% to 2.92, and Waypoint REIT firmed up 2.4% to 2.76. And Brickworks rose 1.2% to $24.13 after announcing it expects to record property earnings in the first half of 2022. And GrainCorp as well jumped 2.5% to $7.47 on a positive broker report. While Resimac surged as well 8.3% to 1.77 after it announced an on-market buyback of shares. And then Tal Group soared as well a whopping 9.3% to $1.64 upon news that it has extended its memorandum of understanding with Mitsui for Talga's Vittangi anode project in Sweden. Gains from the materials sector also supported the market, with Rio Tinto climbing 1.3% to $97 and St. Barbara adding 1.6% to 1.42. And BHP as well rose 0.9% to $40.33. A week with several potentially market-moving annual general meetings includes 3 of the big 4 high street banks and a delayed vote on the Afterpay takeover by Square. Afterpay and Hub24 both hold meetings tomorrow, while Westpac is Wednesday's highlight and Thursday's includes ANZ, Orica and Elders, while Friday hosts NAB, Nufarm and Incitec Pivot. Then as for IPOs, a scramble to list just before the holiday season has 12 companies lined up this week. Today brings the delayed listing of the Hydration Pharmaceuticals at 12 p.m. The company sells hydrolytes in Australia and America for treating everything from hydration to hangovers and diarrhea. And then Black Mountain Energy is listing at 12:30 p.m., which intends to drill for carbon-neutral natural gas. An independent valuation of Charter Hall's platform properties has led to a net valuation uplift of about $3.5 billion as of the 13th of December. As a result of valuations and unconditional transactional activity to date, the group funds under management is now expected to be $61.3 billion as of the 13th. And with the valuation uplifts, increasing funds under management and likely performance fees payable at testing date during the fiscal year, Charter Hall has upgraded its financial year 2022 operating earnings per share guidance to no less than 105 cents a share. Financial year 22 distribution per security guidance remains unchanged and is for 6% growth over financial year 21 distributions per security. And meanwhile, Resimac has announced that it'll undertake an on-market buyback of shares. The company's board said its current share price did not accurately reflect the underlying value of the company's assets, and the share buyback represented an opportunity to add value to the remaining shares on issue. Resimac intends to begin the share buyback on December 29 for up to a 12-month period. And then in other news, Gate Education says recent trading has been positive despite continued disruption caused by COVID-19 lockdowns. In a trading update, the company said its calendar year-to-date operating earnings before interest and tax of $76 million and operating net profit after tax of $43 million were ahead of consensus estimates. And Dubber's call recording and voice AI platform is set to launch on the Optus mobile network for enterprise customers. The launch will provide Dubber with an excessive revenue stream, with additional revenues determined by uptake of the service by Optus customers. And meanwhile, Centuria Industrial REIT said a nationwide demand for industrial space, particularly from e-commerce related tenant customers, has fueled its leasing success. The trust has leased over 100,000 square meters across 22 transactions since the 1st of July. Leasing success resulted in 10% rental growth from the prior passing rents. And that is all for now on the early trades, but stay tuned to Kalkine TV because we have many more shows lined up for you today. This is Holly Shields signing off.